Hi guys, I'm Lola Tracy, Dear Sea Chick, and right here I have the KABOLITE 770S Scania fully licensed tractor trucks. So this is going to be awesome. We don't really have much of an explanation about these trucks, so I'm going to give you guys all the details and everything you need to know before you get yourself one. So you're going to get the 770S in these three colors. So over here we're going to have the silver and black one. You're going to have another red and black, and finally the green and black. So either of these, you can get them directly from the factory, this painting. So you can choose whichever color you prefer the most. Now let's take a look at the features in detail. So starting over at the front bumper on the bottom, it's going to come with these bottom lights. So these are going to be original from the factory. Nothing has been added. And of course it comes with a great price for what it has to offer. So you do have this space for a number plate or a sticker that you can like to add. You do have the 770S on this side and a V8 sticker on the other side. These spotlights on the front grille also look really cool. You have your normal headlights over here, front grille painted in black and gray. So this front grille is going to be the same on each and every truck. And of course on the top you do have your Scania logo. And here's something I actually really like. So these windshield wipers actually move at the same time. How cool is that? I think that's just a little cool feature that I really like. And of course on the top you do have your sun visor with two LEDs in there, some more LEDs on the top, and of course spotlights on the top, 1, 2, 3, 4 different antennas, and your sunroof. Now coming over to the side, of course we do have fully openable doors. So this has to be one of the few trucks with really easy opening and closing of the doors. Of course on the inside you do have full details, your seat, your steering wheel, and in the top of the roof, that's where you're going to find your speakers, since this does have sound and light system. So over here, adjustable side mirrors, and of course, some steps going up here, and of course over here you do have more steps. Coming over to the tires, so over here this is going to be a plastic shell, but for the axles themselves, the axles are going to be covered in this nylon type of material, but on the inside all the gears are going to be metal. Now coming over here to this part, so this is going to be one of my favorite parts on this truck. So you do have your two lights embedded on the side and your V8 also embedded in there. But this light bar, it's really hard to find this light bar for other trucks since there's not many that make them. So I'm glad that the KABOLITE one comes with this one. It is a highly requested part. Now coming over to the back, over here we do have, this is going to be a plastic decorative tank. The parts over here for the fenders are also going to be plastic, but on the center this is going to be a metal part, as well as here. This fifth wheel is going to be metal, as well as both of the chassis rails are going to be metal chassis rails. So is this part and this part, as well as this other tank. However, this one is going to be a plastic decorative tank. Now coming over to the back, you do have your rear lights on the back and some nice wheel stoppers, which can come off really easily. They are encased in this nice metal place. And of course, we have another decorative metal tank on the bottom here. You do have your fenders here, your mud guards as well. So it has really a lot of beautiful detail. So on the other side, you're going to have the same type of features as the other side. But once we come over here, so this is going to be the back of your cabin, nice Scania in the back over here. So to open the cabin, you actually have to press these two and then lift it up, and that's going to be your battery compartment. Now coming over to the details of under the cabin, so it's going to come with a 5000 2S milliamp LiPo battery with an XT60 connector. So this is original from the factory. Now for the details, so over here you do have your main 10-channel receiver. However, it only uses 2 plugs. In case, this is going to be very different from your other trucks, since all the controls are going to be done on the main control board, which is this one. So it only needed 1 plug for the receiver, and then we have another one for the light board. So this is the controller each and every unit is going to come with, and you turn that on first, then plug in the battery. So there is a power switch which is located right here that you just flip to the other side and then it will turn on. Now, how do we operate the functions of our KABOLITE 770S tractor truck? So first things first, light system is going to be on SWD. So just flip it up and down to get all the lights on that's on the top, these two, as well as on the bottom here, on the bottom here, and on the sides. So that's going to be on your first flip, so you have to go up and down. The second flip, you're going to have the headlights, more of the headlights, and then finally your spotlights. But you do have actually different modes on this one, so let me show you guys. Turn them all off first. So just push it down and hold. So that's going to be your first option. Push it down and hold. Now we have a different flashing mode again. So there's about 5 different flashing modes on this one, so that you can all choose from wherever you want. So, and then that's going to be the last one. So 5 different ones. So let's just leave all our lights on and then jump to the sound system. So the sound system is going to be SWC right over here. Push it up and then down. Then you have the beeping sound as well. This VRA for volume control. So you can go all the way up or all the way down to 0. But we're just going to keep it on the medium, should be all right. And you do have 2-speed transmission on this one. So right now we are in low speed. Whoa, I almost crashed into myself. So SWA over here is going to be your speed transmission. So you can only switch into different speeds if you're moving. So once I'm moving and then I flip, whoa, there, now we are in high speed. So if you're not moving, it's not gonna work. You have to be moving since you need the weight in order to control this. Whoa, now let's check out the back before I drive off of the table and hit myself. Whoa, I almost crashed into the other one. So there's around an 18-degree turning angle. And for the back, you do have, of course, your rear reversing lights in white. You do have your indicator lights for both sides, reversing bright white lights. Let's see if we have the brakes. Yeah, bright red brakes as well. Real nice. And here's the best part of this truck. Of all the really cheap trucks that you can get, which it is not cheap, but it is pretty cheap for the hobby grade, this one actually comes with a differential lock, which is really super cool. So I'm going to show you guys that now. So right over here, you have the mechanisms for the differential lock. So that's going to make it a 6x6 since we have everything. And the servo for the differential lock is actually right on top over here. Now coming over to the bottom of our chassis over here, all the axles are going to be covered in this nylon material, but on the inside you do have all your metal gears. Here is the servo for our differential lock. You can see all the system for the differential lock. You do have our CBD metal drive shafts. Same as the transfer case has nylon covering, but inside it's going to be metal. You do have another metal decorative box on the top over here and on the bottom over here too. And of course on the front, another part of the differential locks. I'll show you guys. That's going to be SWB. So all the way down, it is a 3-point switch, but you gotta go all the way up and all the way down. Now on the right side of the truck, there is still one more super cool thing. So you can open the side and you have a nice metal storage box right over here. So it is going to be magnetic. Oh, I love that. So over here, we do have the stickers for 770S and the source for the number plate for some caution, as well as some logos that's going to come in the package of your tractor truck. All right, everyone. Now that was our KABOLITE K770S-100 tractor truck. So the Scania 6x6, fully licensed. So you guys should let me know which one you would take for yourself. And also one reminder, this is just going to be the standard version. There is also a pro version that's going to have way more metal than our original standard version. So you guys should ask me that before you buy one. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.